there sleeping in his rocking chair. He never went upstairs, all because she wasn't there. Then one day my father said, "Son, I'm proud the way you've grown. Make it on your own. I'll be okay alone." Every time I kiss my children, Papa's words rang true. If children live through you, then grow and make it too. I remember every word my Papa used to say. I live them every day. He taught me well that way. Every night my Papa would take me and tuck me in my bed. She calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me? It's been cold and I've nowhere to sleep. There's somewhere, can you tell me?" He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her, starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in paradise. She calls out to the man on the street. You can see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in paradise. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something that you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there, probably been moved on from every place, 'cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for